It's the next day, and this Bissell filter went through a quick drying process, and with a toothpick I went and I scraped between these pleats, and as you can see, this is what still stuck in there. So look at all that. It goes all the way over to here. A lot of dirt. A lot of dirt. So let's keep cleaning. Let's take a closer look at these pleats now. Let's see, can I can turn the flash on while I'm recording. So, look at that. So this is a quick drying process I use with a little bit of airflow and a little bit of heat in somewhere between 6 to 12 hours. You get everything bone dry, and while they certainly aren't perfect, that looks really fabulous. And I did somewhat of an informal pressure test with this to see how much resistance this was giving me, and it's very minimal. So the question is, what's it going to be like when we put it back in the Bissell itself? Isn't that nice? Look at that. Those pleats are very, very clean. I was getting ready to put the Powerforce Helix on the airflow box, and I said, you know what, I better take a closer look at the brush roll. And here's what I found. So inevitably, you always get some hair buildup. There's a little piece of goo. Believe it or not, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Then I pulled off the end caps completely, and take a look at those bearings. Those are 608 ZZs, and they are completely trashed. No, I don't mean just the rust on the outside. I mean when you actually go and spin them, they're completely destroyed. So I heard some funny noises, and I was like, I don't want to go and run the test with these bearings in this bad of shape. So I have an ample stockpile of 608 ZZs. They're very inexpensive, especially since I buy them in a 10-pack from eBay. So I'm going to actually put a tiny bit of money into this crazy machine, maybe $1 worth of bearings or so. So let me switch those out. Do we have any inquiring minds that want to know exactly what the inside of these bearings look like? Just how awful they are. Because, I mean, they spin like they have rocks in them. Really terrible. Well, let's find out. Oh boy, look at that. Let me see if I can get the light on and a focus. Oh, better than that. There we go. Oh, almost. Too close. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. All right. I'm sure this guy's the same way. Oh, look at this. Oh, this is funny. Okay, let's take a good look at this. Isn't that cool? Let me pick that out. Come on off. How did that get in there? The hair. Yeah, not that little plastic alignment piece in there. I'm not talking about that, but I mean the hair. It got inside. Jeez. Well, now you know. No. The goo I wanted to get off of there. This belt is still stretched. I have other belts though. But this ought to be good enough for airflow box testing. Might not be good for anything else, but I think we ought to be able to test the airflow with this thing. How many times are we going to want you put the rug plate on? As many times as required, I suppose. Right. Let's see how it sounds. Wonderful. Not perfect. And I think we're going to call this machine a 2013 based on the rating sticker. So I'll just refer to it as the 2013 Bissell Powerforce Helix. Now we have the powerful Helix technology Bissell Powerforce Helix. That's what it says on the sticker. Set up on the airflow box. So let's see what kind of airflow we get and suction. But I can only really do one airflow measurement because if I take the filters out, I don't really get a good seal, so it's not really very realistic. and also I can't turn the brush roll off. So the normal 4 measurements that I make now is just condensed down to 1, which is the one that most people are interested in anyway. Under load, I do see about 121.4 volts, so that still is going to actually be counted as 121 volts. So let's see what kind of airflow this thing gets. I'm reading 9.23 amps. So that ends up being a little over 1,100 watts. Of course, this is not on the carpet. All right. Honestly, I was figuring it would be more in the 50s, but hey, everything is as clean as it can possibly get, obviously. And the washable filter actually filters the foam one and the HEPA one, and I use that term loosely. Obviously, they must be very, very clean because air is flowing through them very, very freely. I should also mention that I do a CFM density calculation by measuring the area of the rug plate. And this particular rug plate opening is pretty large considering what type of machine it is. So this is almost 13 inches wide. That is on the inside, not on the outside of the body. And it's a little more than 2 inches deep. And that comes out to just slightly less than about 28 square inches. And when you divide that into 64 CFM, you get a CFM density of 2.32 CFM per square inch. That's a little bit on the low side. It's not terrible, but it's within range of some of the lower CFM vacuums I have. But still, I'm very happy to get 64 CFM. That blows my mind that it's that high. I figured it would be less. All right, I saw about 22 inches. So this rug plate here has no appreciable sealing in it at all. It's just plastic against plastic. So I guess 22 might be considered okay. Just a reminder, my calibration factor has changed because I'm using a different set of adapters. Okay, I guess that's to be expected. So last thing, suction at the end of the hose. So I think I saw about 64, and that's quite an improvement over what we had earlier. But remember, now we have all the filters in, so wasn't really a fair test before, I suppose. So hey, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.